Welcome, everyone. The days are numbered now for when you only have to look good from the waist up. So enjoy tonight from that point of view. It's great to see so many members supporting our first online opening of the Margaret Oppen Competition. Margaret Oppen was a modern woman of her time, focused on presenting embroidery as reflecting and representing the societal context of the day. So I'm sure she'd heartily approve of a competition in her name being presented in a thoroughly up-to-date way via Zoom, in keeping with the current social constraints. On behalf of the members, I'd like to welcome Lisa Havilah, CEO of the Museum of Applied Arts and Sciences, which involves 4 large museums and a lot of responsibility, I'm sure. Lisa will be opening our exhibition, and Marty, the organiser of the competition this year, will shortly give you some more information about Lisa's role. Marty has put in a great deal of time and thought into the competition this year, with extra required for the changes necessary in moving from the regular online opening to the online judging and opening scenario. So welcome, Jenny, and thank you for all your efforts there. Welcome to our judges, Christine Bosley, Emma Peters, and Wilma Simons. A special welcome to the Guild members and tutor members who've taken the challenge over the last year to respond to the theme My World and translate their thoughts and experiences into the works we will shortly be viewing in a virtual tour put together by our gallery coordinator, April Spiers. We have 23 entries in the members category and 6 in the tutor and past winner category. Also, a warm welcome to members, relatives and friends who may be joining us this evening. I would like to acknowledge the Wongal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of this land, and would like to pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Why does the Margaret Oppen competition feature every 2 years in the Embroiderers Guild calendar? Over to you, Jenny Marty.
Thanks. Thanks, Val, and thanks for your kind words. Margaret Oppen was one of the founders of the Guild. She was born in 1890 and lived parts of her life in Australia and also the UK. In the 1950s, she was living in London and started to get more interested in embroidery and became a member of the UK Embroiderers Guild and also studied at the Royal School of Needlework. She returned to Australia in 1955, establishing a studio in Turramurra where she taught both painting and embroidery. She was instrumental in establishing the New South Wales Guild as a branch of the UK Guild in 1957. So throughout the 60s and early 70s, she was a driving force in promoting modern approaches to embroidery. She believed that embroiderers should maintain and respect their traditions, but also move with the times. And she always encouraged stitchers to express themselves by adopting an experimental approach and creating their own designs. She died in 1975, and the first Margaret Oppen competition was held in her honour in 1976. This was won by Lyle Willis, who is now one of the Guild tutors, and I'm assuming is somewhere on the screen. I can't quite see her at the moment, but I'm sure she's there. The format of the competition has varied over the years. This year, the theme My World was chosen as a response to the times we've experienced over the past year or so. It was decided to make one change, and that was to have 2 categories for the prize, one for general members and the other for tutors and past winners. The first place winner in each category will receive a prize of $500. In addition, a new competition for traditional embroidery will be introduced next year, named after another early member, Roma Field. So I'm going to pass over now to April, who's done a lot of hard work on site, seeing none of the rest of us could get there. April has hung the exhibition and also produced a video of the entries, which she's going to show you now. Thanks, April.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that brief little tour. You certainly, if you can, must come and see it in person. Obviously, you know, the film just can't do justice to it. However, as I mentioned, the YouTube video will be a bit more high resolution than on the Zoom video. So we will be sending the YouTube link to all the ticket holders of this event once it's up on our YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to hand over to the lovely Jenny Marty to introduce our wonderful guest speaker.
Thanks, April. I think you did a fantastic job with that video, and seeing all the works presented like that has really added to the evening, so thank you. So firstly, I just want to say a word about the judging. So as you heard, our three judges were Christine Bosley, Emma Peters and Wilma Simmons. They had a pretty tough assignment, given that they had to do the judging in a virtual manner due to the COVID restrictions. And I personally want to thank them all for their cooperation and also their cheerfulness in the face of this challenge. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of background about each person in case you haven't met them before. Firstly, Christine Bosley. She is known to some of you as a guild member and tutor, and she focuses on mixed media and textile art. She's exhibited collaboratively, that's a good word for me, and I haven't even had a glass of wine yet, with a number of groups, including the MAPS group, the RAP group, who had exhibitions in arts centres around New South Wales and Fountain Court in New South Wales Parliament House. And as a member of Filament, she exhibited at St Vincent's Hospital Art Corridor for many years up till 2019. The focus of her practice is engaging with community and exploring nature in all its forms, as well as experimenting with a variety of materials and techniques. Now on to Emma. Emma Peters is a sustainable textile artist, a researcher, writer, educator, and with extensive experience in the textile design industry. She's interested in the tangible relationships we have with textiles and how to better implement circular design systems. Currently, she's an associate lecturer and PhD candidate of the University of New South Wales, and her research is looking at circular pathways for bed linen waste. Wilma Simmons is a textile and mixed media artist who comes from Newcastle. She took a long time to set up an art practice and worked in a diverse range of jobs before settling to teaching and high school administration as a principal before retiring early to devote time to art. She likes working with a mix of materials, especially those which are naturally found or recycled with both machine and hand stitching. You might have seen some of her exhibitions. The most recent one was at June 21 at Timeless Textiles Gallery. And she's also exhibited in other group exhibitions, including Ain't the Archies, which is currently showing there. Wilma also co-curated the textile art and local history installation and exhibition at the Guild, Stitched Up in 2017. She's a coordinator of community art programs and is also interested in social justice issues. So on to the judging. When they were judging these entries, which I think was a pretty hard task seeing all the lovely pieces that have been submitted, the judges were asked to give half their marks to the design concept and the realisation of the concept, and the other half to the technical side of the embroidery execution, such as technique, stitching and presentation. Despite the challenges of doing this virtually, they came through with flying colours. And interestingly, although judging them independently, there was a strong agreement on the finalists in each section. And from them, we had a Zoom meeting and discussed the finalists and made a final choice of prize winners, which was unanimous. So I think they did a fantastic job. Thank you again, judges. I'm now going to introduce Lisa Havilah, our special guest for tonight, who's going to say a few words and then announce the prize winners. So Lisa, as some of you may know, is the Chief Executive of the Powerhouse Museum. And through her visionary leadership, she's establishing a new museum paradigm for one of Australia's oldest and most important cultural institutions. It's a landmark renewal project, one of the largest cultural infrastructure projects in Australia since the Sydney Opera House. And it includes the creation of the new flagship museum in Parramatta, revitalisation of the Powerhouse in Ultimo, expansion of Powerhouse Castle Hill, and the digitisation of the Powerhouse collection. Prior to this, Lisa was the director of Carriage Works, which some of you have probably visited. Under her leadership, Carriage Works experienced extraordinary audience, artistic and commercial growth and became the fastest growing cultural precinct in Australia. Before that, some of you may have also run into her at Campbelltown, where she was the director of the Campbelltown Arts Centre and brought together an internationally renowned contemporary arts program in a community that was culturally and socially diverse. And some of you may have seen this Daily Telegraph's Power 100 list, where Lisa was recently featured as one of Sydney's most influential people. So I think we're very lucky to have Lisa joining us tonight. And I'll pass over to her now to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Jenny. And I want to start by commending April on that great video. It was so fantastic to see those beautiful works in such detail. It's, yeah, it's really made my week. I'm very excited and honoured to join the Guild and be here for the Margaret Oppen Prize. And I didn't realise it had been running since 1976 to the theme My World. And I know for all of us, my world has certainly been something that has changed a lot over the last, changed a lot and stayed the same over the last 3 months. I know my world definitely has gotten a lot smaller. I've stayed in this little glass box here in Ultimo for 3 months, but I've been lucky to be able to do that. I also took up embroidery and taught myself embroidery over the last 3 months. So I've been working on my project. I was inspired by this invitation. So I'm too scared to show you my work yet, but I'm getting slightly better all the time. So hopefully I'll get good enough to share one day. The Powerhouse really highly values our long-standing relationship with the Guild and the recent collaborations, of course, on Akira and Step into Paradise and Linda Jackson and Jenny Key exhibition. We have had a very busy time in the last few weeks, but leading up to lockdown, getting ready to open 5 new major exhibitions. And I just briefed our front of house team a couple of hours ago, and we're really excited to be opening the museum again on Monday. So those exhibitions really have focused on the incredible Powerhouse collection, which I know some of you know very well. The major exhibition is an exhibition called Eucalyptus Dom, which really looks at the museum's very long history with economic botany and the eucalyptus, and goes right across the decorative arts. And there's some very beautiful, there's a very beautiful embroidery commission in the exhibition, which I'm looking forward to being able to share. There's over 450 collection items in that show, and it tells a really incredible story of the museum, but also the history of decorative arts in Australia. We'll also be opening Robert Rosen. If those of you who don't know Robert Rosen, he was a very famous social photographer in Sydney in the 1980s. And the exhibition shows his incredible archive of work over the last 30 years, actually. We're excited to be opening an exhibition called Clay Dynasty, which shows the extraordinary, well, tells the extraordinary story of Australian studio ceramics since the 1950s to now. It's showing over over 600 objects from the Powerhouse collection. And we've done a lot of work. Eva, who's curated that show, has done a lot of work really looking at the collection from the 1950s right until now. And we've done a whole range of commissions and acquisitions that will really expand our Australian ceramics collection. We'll also be opening an exhibition called Graphic Identities, which is looking at the history of and the development of Australian graphic design, looking at a number of really incredible Australian graphic design archives. And that will be opening on Monday as well. So we're very much looking forward to welcoming you back to the museum and continuing to work closely with the Guild. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Now I'd like to invite Lisa to announce the prize winners in the different categories. I think we'll start with the general members category and then move on to the tutors and past winners. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you. Thanks, Jenny. So I'm thrilled to announce that the first prize in the general members category is Underlying Condition by Susan Johnson.
Congratulations, Susan. I'll just jump in there. So here on site, we have your lovely certificate, which Val will sign this week for you. Susan's piece is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show it to you in a bit more detail here if I just can spin the camera around. Okay, so here we are in front of Susan's beautiful piece. She's sort of got the, the dark side and the light side of life, I guess. And it's a beautifully detailed felt piece. I really love the sort of point of transition from that more idyllic scene to the kind of, to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. But
what a beautiful work.
It is gorgeous. And the detail she's managed to achieve with the felt is really just incredible. So yeah, very much deserving of that prize. So congratulations, Susan. And so I'll hand back to Lisa now for the second prize.
Thanks so much, April. So the highly commended in the general members category is All the People by Sheila Beer. Congratulations, Sheila.
Fantastic. And I'm conveniently standing right here in front of Sheila's piece. I also have your certificate, Sheila. Again, let me spin you around. It's going to be a constant back and forth. So beautiful minimalist piece here. I do want to know, Sheila, if you can put the answer in the chat. Are these all people you know, or have you, I just wondered, who are all these people? And obviously the title of the piece comes from the famous John Lennon song, Imagine All the People. But yeah, beautiful piece, just hangs in, in midair, so to speak, and some beautiful detail there. So congratulations, Sheila.
I love those portraits. It's so fantastic.
I'll hand back to you now, Lisa, for the third and final prize.
So now the announcement of prize winners in the tutors and past winners category. And the first prize is Welcome to My Hydrangea Garden by Lyle Willis. Congratulations, Lyle.
Congratulations, Lyle. Obviously, we absolutely love your piece. And as most of you will know, Lyle is a tutor here, and she's running very regular workshops when we're not in COVID conditions. So this is Lyle's beautiful, beautiful work. I just can't stop looking at it. So she's got sort of shadow mounted and they just pop out of the frame. The other part of this one that really just like struck me was the fence she's done at the top. This is, again, this is all embroidered and it just looks like, a proper miniature wooden fence, complete in all its beautiful rustic detail with these copper wires. And it's just absolutely stunning. And the details, let me zoom in a little bit closer here. The details are just so spectacular. So again, very well deserved, Lyle. It's an absolutely beautiful piece. And I think I'm handing back now to Val Laurie, correct me if I'm wrong, for the continuation of the event.
Wow, well, wonderful. 3 winners. Well done, ladies. Excellent. Susan, Lyle, and Sheila. Wonderful. Lisa, thank you very much for your words about what you do, what's coming up, the exciting things that are happening in your organisation that you oversee. It's wonderful to hear you've taken up embroidery in our dark hours. And I don't know how much time you're going to have left when we come out of lockdown to continue in this pursuit.
I'm going to try and keep going. It's very calming, actually.
Yes, I think many members would agree with you on that score. And we hope you enjoy your embroidery journey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to Jenny, Marty and April for organising the whole exhibition, the hanging and how the production behind the scenes takes a lot of time to get all this together. Thank you so much, ladies. And the handsome Patrick that we did see briefly at the beginning. Thank you, Patrick, for your help in running the technology for this online opening this evening. Thanks. I can't see you now, though. Where's your handsome face? You're not...
He's here with me. I see him on the desk running
He's hiding
behind the scenes.
Okay. Hey. Thank you to the entrants who've taken us to their worlds and provided the embroidery eye candy we delight in, which in turn challenges our own thoughts and our own artistic and embroidery skills. So thank you very much to all the entrants. It's a lovely exhibition and I hope many people will come to the Guild from next Monday to have a look at your beautiful work. I think only a few of the works are for sale. So if you wanted to make inquiries about a piece that you liked, you could contact Janet at the Guild. Thank you to our online audience. And the Embroiderers Guild New South Wales members look forward to welcoming you back from next Monday, but perhaps not before a visit to the hairdressers, but we'd love to welcome you back to the Guild and Gallery 76. So you can have a look at the works close up and then maybe decide you might want to buy one or two. I have in my hat here, I did say there would be a winning ticket holder this evening. So I have in my hat here the 61 people that bought tickets, which was a great effort. Thank you very much. I'm not looking. You'll get a shop voucher for the value of $40 to spend in our lovely embroiderers shop. And the winner is, this is to encourage you, the artists, to become doing more embroidery, Barbara Dawson. So Barbara, your voucher will be coming to you soon. 2022 for the Guild brings a new competition and a challenge for members in the form of the Roma Field competition to encourage members in the achievement of excellence in traditional embroidery design and technique. So hopefully we'll have a lot just as beautiful an exhibition in October next year with the traditional techniques being exercised. Anyway, I think April and Jenny, it's time to say good evening to everyone.
I'll just say that I've got here your voucher for you, Barbara Dawson. And I thought I'd quickly mention to everyone that the wonderful Barbara Dawson is also doing a solo exhibition here at the gallery next year in February. So look forward to that. But since we finished a little bit ahead of schedule, we thought this is the official end of festivities. So thank you everyone so much for coming along. We thought we might just allow you all to